Hello, this is Fall 2013, Exam 5, Question 18, and I personally think this question is one of the better ones theoretically. Makes you think about which reserve methods to use. So let's jump into it. So for each scenario described below, justify an appropriate reserve technique for estimating the unpaid claim liabilities at 12 months of maturity. So for A, excess of loss reinsurance with an average attachment point 100 million on product liability policies. So the problem with this is that because it is an excess of loss reinsurance, there's going to be a lot of volatility. Um, so the answer key for that TIA put out, they have down that you can use either the BF method or the plans method, which would be suitable. But if you go back into the study manual, you'll notice the Cape Cod technique is specifically made, or it's specifically stated that it works well for reinsurance. So, and keep in mind, the Cape Cod technique is essentially the same as the BF technique, except instead of using that priority estimate, we use an estimate the with data that we already have and can use that prior year to get that ECR. So I think the Cape Cod would be a better fit here than the BF technique. And just as a side note, I won't be typing this out because it would be a much longer. So I'm just going to discuss these individually. Part B, basic limits auto liability for insurer that has recently implemented a new claims processing system to make a faster payments to insureds without changing the company's reserving methodology. So the first thing that sticks out to me here is that it's a new claims processing system. And if we recall, the Berquist-Sherman method is specifically made to help adjust for changes in case reserve attitudes, but also for changes in claim processing. So I think the Berquist-Sherman paid technique would be best here. I should note, if you look inside the answer key, it does say that the BF method technically was not the correct answer because there's a line here. And honestly, if you want to get the full explanation, I just go into the to the answer key. But essentially said that you can't use the BF report technique because the reserves changed. But here it says the company's reserving methodology doesn't change. So yeah, they pointed out in the answer key. So even though that's not technically isn't correct technically, it really should. Okay, so for C, self-insured workers' compensation for a large corporation in a state where the state statute of limitations for filing a claim has recently been reduced. So if a statute of limitations has been reduced, that means all else being equal, like claims are still happening, right? People are going to need to go back and start filing claims faster. That means we're going to have more paid reported, um, more case reserve set up because the more claims you have, the more case you need to put in. So both the reported and the paid will be higher than expected. And again, you could use that Berquist Sherman because the case and the paid will be changing. It would be the one where you find two. Um, but inside the answer, they have it um, as the Bornhuter Ferguson technique, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Berquist Sherman, but I think the Berquist Sherman technique would be best to use here in this case. And then for D, property coverage in a year with higher than expected. Ladybug just fell from my ceiling. Oh, crazy. For D, property catastrophe coverage in a year with higher than expected catastrophe loss reported to the insurer but not yet paid. So in this case, either the expected claims method or the Hornhuter-Ferguson method would be okay because there is that higher than expected. Actually, no, Hornhuter-Ferguson technique for the reported would be best here because there is an increase in loss, and you don't want to just ignore that completely. If there's actual losses that are larger than expected, that should be put into your estimate. And using the BF technique, if it was in the last year, it should be able to adjust for it properly for the next 12 months. So BF would be must be reported. Um, yeah, and then for C, I'm pretty sure that one actually that might be the expected claims because when you change the statute of limitations, what'll happen is you'll get a bit of variability in there. So yeah, expected claims. Although you might want to take a look at that one.